Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Styled by Leo by name. Thank you for joining once again. If you are joining for the first time, please do well to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification button. Turn on all notifications so you will be the first to receive notifications whenever I post videos. So I'm making this video as a result of a request made by one of my subscribers. You can see the request on the screen. So person said I should cut the back of the corset dress, and I'm going to cut the back of the top. You can see according to the style on the screen. So please always make sure you follow the style to the very last, because it is very important. If you are joining for the first time, please subscribe and turn on all notifications. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining once again. So I'm going to be marking out my measurement, my length. I'll mark out my yoke length. Depends on how low you want it to be. 8 inches. My underbust 14.5 inches, and then my half length 18 inches. Keep in mind that I added 1 inch sewing allowance already. Yoke line 8, underbust 14.5, half length 18 inches. I'm going to also come to this side and mark out my zip allowance 1.5 inches all the way up. Mark out my zip. So I'm going to link them all, the zip allowance, with the help of my ruler, so I know what I'm working with and I do not cross the line of our zip allowance. So this is our zip allowance. I hope you can all see this clearly. I really appreciate all the corrections and contributions in the comments. According to some of them I'm displaying on the screen right now, I do not feel offended at all. Thank you so much for contributing and participating in my growth. I so much appreciate. Thank you so much for having me here. So the next thing I'm going to do is mark all my lengths again and make sure it is far from the previous ones. And this is because so we will be able to link it on a straight line. So we always work on a straight line. Can we all see this clearly? We always work on a straight line. Can we see? Can we all see this? So link it together on a straight line. It is very important. The next thing I'm going to do now is to mark out my neck, my shoulder, my armhole, and then my body circumference. The first thing I'm going to do is to start with my shoulder. So I'm going to come here, mark my shoulder, which is 8 inches. Come down here to mark the same 8 inches. Now we all see. So for my armhole, I'll be using 8.5 inches. Can we see this? 8.5 inches for my armhole. So I'm going to link the two together on a straight line so I know what I'm working with. Link them together, make sure they are connected. Next thing I'm going to do is to get my center dart, and with that we can divide our underbust by 8, and our underbust here is 32 divided by 8 is 4. So I mark 4, come down, mark 4. Then I come up here and mark 5 inches instead of the usual 4 I mark here, to give it a slant effect. So it's not just straight. Do you get my point? To give it a slant effect. So I'm going to connect these two together So this is the original dart line. Can we all see this? And then I'm going to go ahead and measure out my circumference. For my underbust, I have 32 divided by 4 is 8, plus my sewing allowance. Can we all see? 2.5 inches. For my half length, I have 34 divided by 4 is 8.5, plus my sewing allowance, that's 2.5 inches. For my bust, I have 42 divided by 4, that is 10.5, plus my sewing allowance, that is 2.5 inches. And then I'm going to link these three together with to make that center opening really small. Can we all see? 3 inches, and then I'm going to link them all through. You can make this straight, you can make it slant, just like mine, depending on however you want the outcome to look like. Then the next thing you notice is the curve at the upper part. You notice the curve. So I'm going to place my French curve in a way that it is linking to my armhole and then touching my my center piece here. Can you all see? You notice that this is the kind of curve we have at the back here. Can we all see that? So we are done with marking out the back piece for this particular style, and then we are going to cut it out. So for a normal dress, this is our back pattern, this is our back piece. Can we all see all this put together? This is our yoke line, this is our center piece, and this is our side piece. This is our zip allowance. But because of the style we have on the screen, you can, I believe you can all see it. So we are going to do away with these two. You notice there is no yoke, and then there is no zip, there is no center back for the zip. It's just the lacing, and then the lacing is going to be at this side of the dress. So this is the only pattern we'll be using for our back, and so you are going to place this gently on your fabric and use it to cut it out. Mind you, adding 1/2 inch sewing allowance all through to the original fabric whenever you are placing the pattern paper on it. I hope this is helpful. If this is helpful, please give it a thumbs up and drop your comments, whatever you think. And also, if you have requests, you can also drop it in the comment section. I'll be treating every single request personally. Thank you so much for watching this far. So much appreciate. See you next time. Peace.